But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. 1 Peter 2:9. Peculiar people and a peculiar life. This is me shewing forth his praises. People have such a misconception when it comes to how awesome, interesting, dangerous, exciting, and powerful it is to walk in the Spirit. Don't forget the suffering. The suffering is unbearable without being filled with the Spirit. In fact, Ephesians 5:18 says, "Be filled with the Spirit." The church age is the only time that we've been commanded to be filled with the Spirit. I would be a liar if I said I made it this far on my own. There's no doubt in my mind that I would have lost my mind, been killed, committed unaliving successfully, or red-rummed someone in a fit of rage without God's Spirit. This is God's story, told through my life in His grace and supernatural provision. Everything in this story is the truth as best as memory serves me. And this is how God called me out of darkness. My name is Benjamin, but call me Ben. I decided to start this story right about where my life fell apart. I was still married to Jenna, and we were working in Wyoming for the summer on the pipeline. There was a whole group of us, actually. Prosper Fontenot, or Cookie, as we called him, had been our connection for the job. It was Jenna and R.J. Vera, Eddie Jr., or EJ. Bobby Mond was the last to show up a couple of weeks later. Cooney was from the deep south in Louisiana. R.J. was from Spearman, Texas, and used to be my best friend. EJ and Jenna and me were from Amarillo, Texas, and Bobby Mond was from Houston, Texas. Jenna had found us a bunkhouse in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming, and it was beautiful, really. A tiny town about 15 miles away with a population of about 600, but it had 5 bars. I believe we were an hour from Douglas, Wyoming, and about an hour and a half from Colorado. We all got hired on at separate times. Cookie first, then RJ, then Jenna, and me and EJ. And I don't know if Bobby actually ever did get hired on or not. Oh, by the way, EJ is my big brother, whom I was not raised with, but I still love him like a full-blood brother. Okay, so RJ, EJ, and Bobby lived in the house, and Jenna and me lived in our camper. There was a camper hookup outside the house in the driveway. When Bobby came from Houston, he wasn't hired on, and he was running out of money fast. So to make his rent and have money to live on, he started getting meth mailed into him in jars of cactus jelly, about a half ounce at a time. Some of the others and a couple locals that were partying at the house quite regular, and therefore Bobby was able to survive. Since we all paid rent and a portion of the bills, nobody was complaining about Bobby's fundraising. I stayed away from getting spun out. I was satisfied driving to Colorado on the weekends to buy some buds for my recreation. I found out later that Jenna didn't feel the same way. About 2 years after that summer in Wyoming, Cooney called me and told me that Jenna had been sneaking out at night and getting high and making pornographic films with RJ and some fat girl from the bar. Somewhere around 2 weeks after Bobby started receiving his care packages, Jenna walks in the camper with an 8-ball and says, "Bobby gave this to me. Will you get high with me?" When the woman saw that the tree looked like good eating and realized what she would get out of it, she would know everything. She took and ate the fruit, then gave some to her husband, and he ate. Genesis 3, verse 6. Like Adam, I committed a sin of cognizance and used my free will and made a wrong decision. I used to spend a lot of time blaming Jenna for everything that transpired after that moment. It takes a lot of spiritual maturity to look back on this moment and be grateful for what Jenna did. This was the moment of my Lucifer fall, and also, at the very same moment, I would begin to wake up. I wonder if it happens this way to everyone who goes through the dark night of the soul. There is a book worth of just the things that took place that summer, but that's for another story. All right, that's the first 3 pages of my book, Out of Darkness. Let me know if y'all like it. I'll probably go through the first chapter just as a teaser, and y'all let me know what you think. It may be time to write the last couple chapters. I don't know though. It's still not over, so I don't know. But anyway.